Today, we journey through Taiwan's vibrant yet turbulent history and explore the compelling reasons behind its pursuit of independence and why such a tiny island nation features so often in our news feeds. Our story begins with a look at the rich tapestry of Taiwan's indigenous communities and how a mix of diverse ethnic groups ended up living on the island and enriching its cultural history. Indigenous communities have shaped the landscape and traditions of Taiwan for thousands of years, and despite enduring historical challenges, they have persevered, always contributing to the uniqueness of the island's social fabric. Known for their distinct languages, traditional crafts, and spiritual practices, Taiwan's indigenous people showcase a resilience that reflects their deep connection to the land. Efforts to preserve and revitalize indigenous languages, cultural practices, and land rights have gained momentum recently, fostering a renewed sense of pride and identity within these communities. Through festivals, art, and educational initiatives, Taiwan is working towards celebrating the contributions of its indigenous people, ensuring their cultural heritage is preserved for generations to come. From Dutch and Spanish influences to Qing dynasty rule, Taiwan's history is a blend of diverse culture and unique identity. Throughout the centuries, this island has been known by many names, from Takasago and Takakuni under the Japanese shogun Hideyoshi to Formosa during the Spanish and Dutch eras, and eventually Taiwan by the Chinese. From the early 17th century, Taiwan emerged as a coveted prize for colonial groups, drawing interest from migrants of the southern Chinese province of Fujian, along with Spanish, Japanese, and Dutch merchants and many assorted pirates. There was a strong desire to settle on the island due to the many strategic trade and military advantages it offered. Despite the violent competition between the groups aiming to colonize the land, it was the cooperative efforts between Dutch colonizers and Chinese settlers that profoundly influenced the island's development. The Dutch recognized the necessity of this collaboration when transforming the wilderness into fertile agricultural land. They strategically advertised available agricultural land in Fujian, offering protection and regularity in exchange for taxes, and establishing a unique approach to colonization that was distinct from Spanish and English counterparts. The declining relationship between the Dutch and the indigenous communities, the disruptions caused by civil wars on the Chinese mainland and trade blockades around the islands during the rise of the Qing dynasty, all effectively contributed to the eventual decline and fall of Dutch Formosa. Now let's move forward into the 20th century. The Chinese Civil War was fought between the Kuomintang-led government of the Republic of China and the forces of the Chinese Communist Party, with armed conflict continuing intermittently from the 1st of August 1927 until the 7th of December 1949, eventually resulting in a communist victory and what would become subsequent control of mainland China. The aftermath of the war in 1949 saw the nationalist government retreat to Taiwan, giving birth to what would become known as the Republic of China. Not to be confused with the current mainland government, the People's Republic of China. Starting in the 1950s, a long-lasting political and military standoff between the two sides of the Taiwan Strait has ensued, with the ROC in Taiwan and the PRC in mainland China both claiming to be the legitimate government of all China. Since that time, Taiwan has evolved into a beacon of democracy, fostering a distinct identity amidst the challenges of a shifting political landscape. Crucially, Taiwan's democratic journey set it apart from its mainland neighbor, and the international community recognized the Republic of China as the legitimate government of China up until the 1970s. However, shifting global dynamics saw diplomatic recognition eventually transfer to the People's Republic of China. The Chinese military threat to Taiwan is a critical aspect of a complex cross-strait relationship, rooted in China's claim that Taiwan is a breakaway province destined to be reunified with the mainland, potentially through the use of force. Taiwan, on the other hand, sees itself as a distinct entity with its own constitution and democratically elected leaders, increasingly identifying as Taiwanese rather than Chinese over time. China's claims hinge on historical narratives, viewing Taiwan as an integral part of the modern Chinese state, while Taiwan emphasizes its separation from the People's Republic of China. The military dimension of this conflict is underscored by China's overwhelming military capabilities compared to Taiwan, including naval power, missile technology, and cyber warfare. Despite China's rhetoric of peaceful reunification, it has not ruled out the use of force. The strategic importance of Taiwan, situated in the first island chain and hosting a vital electronics industry, has heightened tensions, with the United States remaining a crucial ally for Taiwan's defense. However, the ongoing uncertainty around U.S. commitment and China's increased aggressive behavior in the South China Sea continues to throw a large shadow of military threat over Taiwan. The Taiwan Strait is a political hotspot that reflects the balance of power in the region, and one of the reasons so many nations around the world continue to show support for Taiwan's autonomy. Its significance extends beyond regional concerns, impacting global trade, security, and the international order. It is a vital maritime passage that holds immense global significance. Stretching 180 kilometers wide, this strait links the South China Sea and the East China Sea, transcending its role as a mere trade route to become a focal point of international politics and security concerns. Geographically, the Taiwan Strait serves as a pivotal link between two major Asian seas and with an average depth of about 490 feet. Economically, it acts as a crucial corridor for maritime trade, facilitating the passage of millions of tons of cargo annually. The strait's strategic location makes it a focal point for power projections by both regional and global powers, evident in increased naval transits by countries like France, the US, Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, and the Netherlands. These movements underscore the commitment to maintaining freedom of navigation amid China's assertive actions in the region. Situated within the first island chain, Taiwan is a crucial anchoring network of U.S. allies, vital for regional security and defense of U.S. interests in the Indo-Pacific. Its military significance is profound, and control over it significantly impacts the balance of power in the region. The security of the Taiwan Strait is intricately linked to global economic stability, and China's escalating military and diplomatic coercion of Taiwan poses a direct challenge to this. Potential conflicts involving major powers like China and the United States could disrupt global trade, impact numerous countries economically, and reshape the region. A conflict in the Taiwan Strait would also have dire economic consequences, significantly to the world's semiconductor production, a vital component in various technological products. Taiwan's prominence as the world's foremost semiconductor manufacturing hub further elevates the importance of the Taiwan Strait. Disruption in Taiwan's production capacity, due to conflict or other events, could trigger an economic depression and affect industries and electronics supply chains across the globe. So what are semiconductors? Well, they are the chips that power everything from mobile phones to electric cars, and they make up 15% of Taiwan's GDP. Taiwan produces over 60% of the world's semiconductors and over 90% of the most advanced ones. Most are manufactured by a single company, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation. The semiconductor industry is called Taiwan's Silicon Shield, giving the world a big reason to defend the island.
I'll protect you. For some reason, I make him uneasy.
Yet chips are the industry most affected by the split between America and China, and parts of the shield are now moving abroad. Taiwan's economic miracle transformed it into a global economic powerhouse. But balancing economic interdependence with maintaining sovereignty poses many challenges. Taiwan's commitment to democracy is not only a domestic affair, but resonates globally as a model for freedom. The stark contrast between Taiwan's democracy and China's authoritarian regime is palpable, and the future of Taiwan is a critical piece of a more complex global puzzle. The world will continue to watch as Taiwan's story unfolds, hoping for continued peace against the odds and ongoing regional stability. Our film has barely scratched the surface of this fascinating nation, but we hope it helps the next time you hear the name Taiwan and ask, what's that all about? Join us next time for another exploration of cultures, histories, and the pursuit of freedom. Please like this video and leave a comment in the box with ideas for future topics.